The internet just witnessed a threat so explosive it could end careers overnight. Cardi B isn't playing games anymore, and what she's allegedly holding could blow up everything. We're talking about intimate footage, leaked secrets, and a betrayal so deep it tore apart one of hip hop's most powerful groups. This isn't your typical celebrity beef where people trade insults on Twitter and move on. This is personal, this is messy, and this is about to get nuclear. What started as shade over album numbers has spiraled into allegations of affairs, blackballing, and now Cardi's ready to expose it all. She's done protecting people who've been coming for her, and the receipts she's threatening to drop, they could change everything. Saweetie thought she could throw subtle digs and walk away clean. Offset thought he could keep playing both sides. And Nicki Minaj just jumped into the fire thinking she could stir the pot without getting burned. But Cardi's at her breaking point, and when she snaps, nobody's safe. The fallout from what's about to happen could reshape the entire rap game, destroy relationships, and expose secrets that were supposed to stay buried forever. So buckle up, because this drama is about to reach levels we've never seen before.
So here's how everything went sideways. Saweetie decided to get bold on social media, and that one move set off a chain reaction nobody saw coming. She started throwing shade at Cardi's album numbers, pointing out that even with all the hype and promotion, Cardi's latest project couldn't touch what Nicki Minaj was pulling. That alone would have been enough to start some tension, but Saweetie didn't stop there. She made it crystal clear where her loyalty stood, publicly backing Nicki and basically declaring herself Team Minaj. Now, anyone who's been paying attention knows that Cardi and Nicki's rivalry runs deep. It's been brewing for years, and it's the kind of beef that doesn't just fade away. So when Saweetie chose a side, she wasn't just making a casual comment. She was drawing a line in the sand and daring Cardi to cross it. The shade was calculated, the timing was deliberate, and the message was loud. Saweetie essentially told the world she was riding with Nicki, which meant she was coming for Cardi. And that's where things got dangerous, because Cardi's not the type to let disrespect slide. She's built her reputation on clapping back hard and making examples out of people who test her. But this time, instead of firing off the usual Twitter responses, Cardi reached for something far more destructive. She went straight for the jugular and brought up something that's been whispered about for years, but never fully confirmed: the affair. The scandal, the secret that allegedly connects Saweetie to Offset and destroyed friendships in the process. Here's where things get absolutely wild. According to Cardi, Saweetie and Offset have history, and we're not talking about a casual friendship. We're talking about the kind of history that happens behind closed doors when nobody's supposed to be watching. The rumors have been floating around for years, whispers in the industry that Saweetie and Offset got involved while he was still married to Cardi. But until now, it's been one of those things people speculated about without any real confirmation. Cardi had always denied it, brushing off the chatter as baseless gossip designed to stir up drama. She defended her marriage, dismissed the accusations, and kept pushing forward like nothing happened. But apparently, she wasn't denying it because it was false. She was protecting everyone involved, keeping the peace, and trying to save face in a situation that could have blown up her entire world. Fast forward to now, and that protection is officially over. With Saweetie choosing to throw shade and side with Nicki, Cardi's done keeping secrets for people who clearly don't respect her. And here's the kicker that has everyone's jaw on the floor. Cardi's claiming she has proof. Not just hearsay, not just rumors from anonymous sources, but actual footage. She's allegedly sitting on tapes that show Saweetie and Offset together. Intimate recordings that Offset supposedly shared with her back when they were still trying to work through their issues. If that's true, And if Cardi really does have this evidence, then we're looking at a situation that goes way beyond typical celebrity beef. This is career-ending material. This is the kind of scandal that doesn't just damage reputations, it destroys them completely. And Cardi's making it clear that if Saweetie or Offset keep pushing her, she won't hesitate to let the world see exactly what went down.
Now here's what makes this situation even messier. This alleged affair between Saweetie and Offset didn't just affect Cardi's marriage, it allegedly ripped apart one of the biggest groups in hip-hop. The Migos breakup shocked everyone when it happened, and at the time, people were throwing out all kinds of theories. Some blamed it on contract disputes with quality control, others thought it was about money and who was getting the bigger checks. But Quavo made it abundantly clear that the split had nothing to do with business. He kept emphasizing loyalty, making pointed comments about how some people don't display real loyalty when it matters. And that's when fans started connecting the dots. The timeline of everything lined up too perfectly to ignore. The tension between Quavo and Offset escalated right around the same time these Saweetie rumors started gaining traction. Quavo wasn't being subtle about his feelings either. He kept dropping hints in interviews, talking about loyalty and how certain actions have consequences. The most telling moment came when he and Takeoff did that interview together, and Quavo basically said the breakup was about the three brothers and nothing else. No label drama, no paperwork issues, just something personal that cut deep enough to end years of brotherhood. Takeoff, bless him, was clearly caught in the middle of everything. You could see it in his face during interviews, the way he tried to keep things diplomatic while obviously being torn between his cousin Quavo and his uncle Offset. He stayed loyal to Quavo, but never completely cut ties with Offset, walking that impossible line of trying to keep the family together while everything was falling apart. And then Quavo went and made it even more obvious with his music. He dropped bars that weren't even trying to be subtle anymore, directly calling out betrayal and talking about situations that sounded exactly like what allegedly went down with Saweetie and Offset.
Cardi's not the type to just sit back and let things slide, and if you know anything about her history, you know she goes after anyone connected to Offset's mess. She's built a reputation for making sure his alleged side pieces feel the consequences, and Saweetie was apparently no exception. The difference is, Cardi didn't come for her publicly at first. She went after her career behind the scenes, and the moves she allegedly made were calculated and brutal. The whole thing came to light back in 2022 when Saweetie was supposed to hop on the FNF remix with Glorilla, Lotto, and JT. The song was already building crazy momentum, set to be the anthem of the summer, and Saweetie had recorded her verse and locked everything in. All that was left was shooting the music video with the other artists. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, Saweetie got cut. No warning, no explanation, just completely removed from the track. And here's what made it suspicious. She was the only one dropped. There was no known beef between her and Glorilla, no drama with any of the other artists involved. Nobody could figure out why she specifically got removed while everyone else stayed on. The industry was buzzing with questions, trying to piece together what happened. Then the very next day, Glorilla announced that Cardi B was jumping on a completely different collaboration called Tomorrow 2. The timing was too perfect to be coincidental. It looked like Saweetie getting booted from FNF was directly connected to Cardi stepping in elsewhere. Fans immediately started putting it together, realizing that Cardi likely used her influence to have Saweetie removed as payback for the Offset situation. If Cardi had the power to make label moves happen, and if she was as angry about the affair as sources claimed, then manipulating collaborations to free Saweetie out made perfect sense. And this wasn't just about one song. This was about sending a message to the entire industry that crossing Cardi comes with real consequences. Here's the thing about Saweetie that most people don't catch right away. She's known for staying out of drama and minding her business, but when she does throw shade, is sneaky enough that half the time people don't even realize what just happened. She's mastered the art of the subtle dig, the kind that seems innocent on the surface, but hits hard when you really think about it. And her recent move with that Instagram post was a perfect example. She posted and then quickly deleted a picture of a man who looked suspiciously like Offset. Fans were divided, some saying it was an old photo of her ex Quavo, but the resemblance to Offset was too obvious to ignore. What made it even more suspicious was the caption, "Fight Night." She threw that up right in the middle of Cardi and Nicki going at it on Twitter, making the whole thing feel intentional. The post disappeared fast, but not before everyone screenshot it and started analyzing every detail. Cardi definitely caught the shade because she fired back on Twitter, calling out Saweetie with comments about missing her and telling her to kiss her feet. She even retweeted fans dragging Saweetie's music career, pointing out that her recent releases haven't been hitting like they used to. But that Fight Night post wasn't Saweetie's first time being shady toward Cardi. There was another memorable incident that happened at the Vanity Fair Oscars party. Getty Images released photos of Cardi from the event, and they went viral for all the wrong reasons. People started comparing them to her heavily filtered Instagram pictures, accusing her of extreme photoshopping and calling her out for not looking the same in professional shots. Then Nicki jumped in on Twitter with her own shade, and the whole situation became a pile-on. That's when Saweetie saw her opportunity and took it. She posted her own Getty Images photos with a caption that said, "She don't need no edits." The timing was deliberate, posted right when Cardi was already getting dragged online about her appearance.
So now we've reached the point where things could genuinely explode beyond repair. Cardi's not just talking about clapping back on Twitter anymore. She's not satisfied with subtle digs or industry power moves. According to multiple reports, she's sitting on footage that could obliterate reputations and end careers in one devastating move. We're talking about alleged intimate tapes of Saweetie and Offset together, recordings that Offset supposedly shared with Cardi back when they were still married, and trying to navigate through all his infidelity. If these tapes actually exist, and if Cardi really has them in her possession, then we're looking at something that goes beyond typical celebrity drama. This is the kind of material that doesn't just embarrass people, it permanently damages how they're viewed in the industry and by the public. And Cardi's made it crystal clear that she's not bluffing. Sources close to the situation claim she's dared both Offset and Saweetie to keep coming for her, basically challenging them to test her patience one more time. The message is simple: push me again and watch what happens. And knowing Cardi's track record, this isn't an empty threat. She's proven time and time again that she'll follow through when people cross her. She's gone after Offset's alleged side pieces before, getting herself into legal trouble in the process. She's publicly aired out private business without hesitation when she felt disrespected. So the idea that she'd actually leak these tapes if provoked? That's not far-fetched at all. What makes this even more dangerous is the timing. Cardi is currently pregnant and going through a messy divorce with Offset, who's been causing as much chaos as possible in the proceedings. She's dealing with Saweetie throwing shade and siding with her biggest rival. She's watching Nicki publicly back Saweetie in the middle of all this mess. Every pressure point is being hit at once, and Cardi's reached her breaking point. So here we are, watching what started as a petty comment about album sales transform into one of the messiest situations the rap game has seen in years. This isn't just beef anymore, it's personal vendettas, destroyed friendships, broken groups, and secrets that were supposed to stay buried forever. Saweetie threw her subtle digs, thinking she could walk away unscathed, but she underestimated just how far Cardi's willing to go when pushed to the edge. Offset's been playing messy games throughout this entire divorce, stirring up drama at every opportunity, and now he's potentially about to face consequences he never saw coming. Nicki jumped into the chaos, thinking she could fuel the fire without getting burned, publicly backing Saweetie and adding more fuel to an already explosive situation. And Cardi, she's done
protecting people who've shown they don't deserve her silence. The alleged tape she's holding could reshape careers, destroy marriages that are already hanging by a thread, and expose what really went down behind closed doors. This goes deeper than anyone initially realized, connecting to the Migos breakup, industry blackballing, years of hidden tension and betrayals that cut through supposed family bonds. The stakes have never been higher, and with Cardi allegedly ready to press the button on releasing evidence that could change everything, we're all just waiting to see who blinks first. Will Saweetie back down now that the threats have gotten this serious? Will Offset finally stop playing games before his dirty laundry gets aired out for millions to see? Or will Cardi follow through and let those tapes drop? Consequences be damned. One thing's certain, this saga is far from finished, and the next move could be the one that breaks everything wide open. The tea isn't just hot anymore, it's radioactive, and everyone involved is about to find out just how messy things can really get when secrets stop staying secret.